If you experience low back pain of any sort, these static stretches that we're going to go over today are going to help you resolve that lower back pain. I've used these myself in the past when I've had a lower back tweak, and it helped me relieve that pain over time. First off, all you're going to need for this is some form of a band, a yoga strap, or even a towel, and this is going to help you get into that hamstring stretch, and some nice surface to lay down and do your stretches on. This first stretch is going to be the hamstring stretch, so you're going to lay down flat on your back, grab that band, towel, or that strap, wrap it around whichever leg you're going to stretch, get it about midway through the foot, and you're going to do your best to keep your back flat on the ground while you pull back on that band, and don't pull so far that you start to feel tension in that lower back. If I pull this far, right now I'm so tight that my lower back is starting to take over because I don't have the range of motion. So I'm trying to allow my hamstring to stretch without pulling my lower back and getting tension on there. A couple things you can do to modify this stretch or increase it. Start with your knee bent and then bring it back towards your body and try to straighten out your leg from there. And if you notice that too far back, your lower back starts to come into play, just lower your leg a little bit. So start where you're comfortable, and you're not supposed to be in extreme pain when you're stretching. That defeats the whole purpose because your muscle is just going to tighten up and fight the urge to stretch. So while you're laying back here in a passive motion, you want to take about 30 to 60 seconds each side. Go ahead and switch legs. And this is going to prepare us for the next stretch. Now that we've got our hamstrings nice and loose, it'll allow us to get a little bit deeper into this pigeon stretch, which is stretch number 2. This is the easiest way to get into position by starting in a lunge, and then you're going to fold that front foot forward to the other side and try to cross down onto that folded leg. Now, what you're not going to be able to do if you're starting this for the first time is go with this full 90 degrees. So what you want to do is try to make this foot as close to that 90 degrees as possible, but working within your current range of motion. So for example, if you're really tight, your foot's going to be all the way back here and not up at this 90 degrees. So once you get your foot into that proper position, you fold over on top. Now what you can do is you can lay down to make that a more passive stretch. If you don't have the flexibility yet, you can stay with your arms extended and hold yourself up like so. What you want to do is hold this one for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, and then obviously switch sides. Now as far as that back leg goes, what you want is that back leg to be straight back with that top of the foot flat to the ground, and you're trying to lengthen that leg as well, so you're not only stretching the side that you're folding on top of, which is hitting over by that IT band and into the gluteal group, but you're also stretching the hips of that leg that is back. This is the half-seated forward fold. You can start in a leg straight position, bring one leg in, tuck that foot up close to the groin, and you're going to keep that leg that's out in front nice and straight. You're going to reach forward, but you're trying to emphasize that hamstring stretch here. Now a couple ways you can do that. Try to keep your body nice and long. You want your torso to be as long as possible. Only fold as far forward as you can while hitting that hamstring. Another way to emphasize the hamstring is to flex the quad. Now if you don't know what that means or how to do that, just try to extend your knee like so. Try to extend it as much as you can. Obviously it's straight, it's not going to extend anymore, but that flexing of the quad is going to help you disengage that hamstring so that you can activate the stretch and more of the muscle fibers of the hamstring. While you're targeting the hamstring here, you reach forward. If you can't grab your foot, don't worry about it. Just grab the ground or reach as far as you can, trying to keep that torso as long as possible. And then this will take us straight into the next stretch, which you can use a band or a strap to help you get this stretch even further. Now what we're going to do is that lower back stretch that we were getting out of the stretch before, you're going to emphasize that part by simply reaching over, keeping the same hand of the leg that's out, reaching to that end of the leg. While you take the opposite hand, you can either use a band or even go without a band and reach over top of your head here. Now what you're trying to do here is keep your body in line straight with this leg that is out if you can. If you can't, then you're just going to need to work on it. That's all stretching is working on it time after time. So what you can do here with the band is it'll allow you to hold that tension as you have your hand way back here, because if you're flexible enough, you can reach over and grab that foot and keep that torso straight. Only if you're flexible enough. Do not force it. You can end up hurting yourself. So take it as slow as you need to, and what you do is just reach with both hands in the proper direction, trying to keep your torso nice and straight. And you should feel this still a little bit in the hamstrings, but mostly on the back side of that opposite side of the leg that is out. So once you've held the first position there for about 30 to 60 seconds, then you can go and throw in an extra 30 to 60 seconds with that back stretch, with the other arm reaching over top. This final stretch is called the couch stretch, and it's called that because you can actually perform it while on the couch. So now you have no reason not to be stretching, right? What you do is you take the target side leg up and you place the top of the foot onto the cushion of the seat or the couch, or you can do this against the wall as well. What you're trying to do is get that knee as close to the chair or couch as possible at first, and then you step that opposite side leg out, and you're trying to keep that 90 degrees in your leg in the front while leaning back just a little bit to help emphasize that stretch in that front hip of the foot that is up. Hold that for about 30 to 60 seconds again, and then you can enhance that stretch further by stepping that front foot out, and now you're creating more of a stretch in the front of that leg. Now what you're going to do there is hold that for another 30 seconds or so, and to add just a little bit more stretch in there, bring this side arm up and reach slightly over, and that is going to open up your hip just a little bit more. Again, 30 to 60 seconds for that stretch, switch sides, and you're good to go. So that's going to be it for the stretching routine. 4 nice and easy stretches to get into. As you can see, you don't need much equipment. Get rid of that back pain. Do these stretches. Restore your body to functioning the way it's meant to be. Thanks for watching, guys. Give the video a like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.